Thanks for tuning in. You're still watching the World News. We're back for more stories around the globe. To start the news, tourists in the Philippines have been rescued after their boat capsized 2 days ago. Some identified tourists were German and Australians. Here's more.
German tourist Ralph Harold Auer shows Philippines Coast Guards the last known position of his boat. His group were island hopping when their vessel capsized, leaving them drifting at sea for 2 days. Auer, his son Thomas, and Australian friend Joshua Marsh were rescued with minor injuries, but the boat's skipper was missing.
My main concern is the pilot. That's all I want. I want to find Ruben, my friend Ruben. That's all I want to say.
The tourists were found clinging to this fragile craft by a passing freighter. The boat's skipper was last seen swimming to shore in an attempt to get help.
Back in the U.S., residents of Michigan are digging out from under a blanket of snow on Friday after the first winter storm swept across the U.S. Midwest. In Holland, Michigan, snow and high winds made the roads dangerous for morning commuters. Although work crews were out in the pre-dawn hours clearing the snow, some vehicles still got stranded on the side of the road. The storm has prompted airlines to cancel flights across the Midwest and has disrupted the holiday travel plans of millions of Americans. Let's stick to the U.S. The country is making a look back at the 2012 highlights in science, including the successful launch of the Mars rover, the return of the Space Shuttle Endeavour, and the Higgs boson discovery. John Glenn, a former astronaut, took the podium to inspire the youth in pursuing their dreams that would make the difference for generations to come.
So that's where, and I hope that it coming into the museum here, I hope it can be an inspiration to our young people for the future.
I would like to add my congratulations to everybody involved in this tremendous achievement. For me, it's really an incredible thing that has happened in my lifetime. It's taken...
Let's move to China. The annual winter fishing began at the Shagan Lake in northeast China's Jilin province on Friday. The 500 square kilometer lake in Shanzhou County, west of the province, has frozen completely, and the start of winter fishing on Friday, the winter solstice, also ushered in the coldest period of the year. Fishermen here were still using their traditional fishing mode, with horses pulling ropes on a capstan to dig holes on ice. Still in China, the country will open the world's longest high-speed rail line next week, when a link between Beijing and the southern metropolis of Guangzhou is inaugurated, underscoring its commitment to a trouble-plagued transport scheme. The 2,298-kilometer line will begin in full service on Wednesday, having travel time to less than 10 hours on trains, which will run at 300 kilometers per hour. The ministry plans to spend a total of 630 billion yuan in 2012 and has been given clearance to sell more bonds to finance the investments. China said it would open up the railway industry to private investment, but private investors have been skeptical. China is a country of jade culture, among other cultures. Real jade is prized for its value, and so is the craftsmanship that shapes it. The 6th Shanghai Jade Ware exhibition is underway in Shanghai, the city's landmark traditional district of commerce.
The exhibition features more than 100 jade pieces carved by Shanghai's jadeware masters. A lot of the jade comes from Hotan of Xinjiang Uyghur Tolerance region, the most acknowledged piece of origin of fine jade in China. And the craftsmen created vivid animals and human figures based on the natural shape of the rocks. The exhibition will last a month. Those who are interested can sign up for free sessions to learn how to evaluate and appreciate jade, and there will be auctions for collections as well.
And finally, a 21-year-old student had transformed tens of thousands of K-Nex pieces, a toy construction system, into a full-size working pinball machine. Andrew Locke says he was motivated by a love to build, the same obsession that has inspired him to pursue a career in engineering. Let's watch this.
Andrew Locke has been obsessed with building things most of his life. This is his latest project, a full-scale pinball machine made entirely of K'NEX pieces, a child's construction toy. He's been receiving these construction kits for Christmas since he was 5 years old.
I use them every year, and I build bigger things, and anything that came into my mind, I try to build. So yeah, you know, every birthday and Christmas, basically, it was more K'NEX, because my parents knew I'd use them. And so they just kind of amassed over the years.
For this Christmas, Locke wanted to put his K'NEX collection to good use. He spent 4 months building the pinball machine, which he estimates is comprised of 20,000 K'NEX parts, including the 40 pieces that were from the original set he received 16 years ago. Locke, now a 21-year-old engineering student, says one of the most important lessons he's learned while building bigger and more sophisticated objects over the years is the value of patience.
There are spots that just don't work, and you think it's going to work, and then you build it, and it doesn't, and you start throwing things until it works. And so I don't know that I've necessarily gained knowledge in engineering school that I've applied here. It's more of I just have the patience to build something like this.
Patience, and now the time to enjoy the fruits of his labor over Christmas.
On that note, we end today's World News. See you again next time.